Today, something kept happening. The same subject kept coming back up, and I just want to touch on it a second. Um, we tend to think that whatever we're like, we just think that way, that everybody else is like us. They're so not. I mean, I know we are all creatively made, we're all wonderfully and fearfully created, we're all different, we're all unique. I get that. But the very things that, I don't know, maybe I am old school. I don't idealize life. I know how it can be, but I still believe that there's a certain way that it should be. And I know that that can happen. Like I had a gentleman talking to me today stating what he had brought. We were having a potluck at work. And he was stating what he had bought, what he had found, where it was, so I could get it put out on the table and stuff. And I was like, okay. And then here's where my mind goes as a woman. No fault to anyone, but to me, if my man had a potluck at work, I would have made him something to take, something homemade. He could go and be proud of his wife to take something, or he could at least know that his wife has got his back. They're a team. He should never have to figure out on his own what to take, because he was sitting there telling me, that if it didn't get eaten, what he would want, he needed to take something home that she could eat too. And he was trying to decide, and he thought about getting this and that. I was like, why are you even shopping for this on your own? Why isn't she shopping for it if she ain't going to cook it? These are thoughts I had, and I know everybody's different, but I felt the woman in me, the nurturing in me. I was just like, wishing he was, you know what, maybe I'm different. I don't know. I wouldn't make you go shop for it. If we were going to shop for it and I couldn't cook, maybe I didn't have time, or maybe I don't know how. Well, let's go together. I don't know. Why does that bother me so much? I don't know. But I mean, I've seen it a lot, but guys that do something, like, not every guy cooks. So yes, have their back. Yes, make something cool. It's great. And then they kind of like, the people at work get to know a little more about this wife that they never get to meet, they never get to see, maybe, and it's a reflection of him. I don't know, maybe my thoughts are different, but I'm kind of old school on some stuff. Yes, I work outside the house. Yes, even in a management position. Yes, I'm in leading positions in church and stuff, but I'm not a dominating woman. I'm a strong woman, but I'm who God called me to be. But there's a big part of that is feminine. I love to cook. I love to bake. That stuff to me is part of being a woman. Now then, it just kept coming up. Then there's another woman here's a different side. This woman did cook something and bring it. And she was asked if her husband cooks. And she said yes. Yes. Now, she had made this thing and brought it, but her husband cooks too, and they're both equally able to do that and enjoy it. And she was talking about how whoever is tired from work, the other one will cook the meal. And I love how they do that in as a pair, as a unit. They do it together as a unit. They both work outside the home, so they both pick up the slack. They both cook. They both do what needs to be done, and in consideration and love for the other one. That's the way that a marriage unit should work. That was a wonderful answer. And then another woman spoke up and said her husband had made what she brought. I was like, that's great. And why? Because he loves her. because she was tired. She had gotten in and was tired, and he said, "No, you go on to bed. I'll make it," because she had to get up early and go to work. So that also was amazing that he did it for her. And then there's another woman that spoke up, and she's like, this is how I learned she was single. Does he have a brother or cousin that can cook? And she's asking for herself, like, I need a man who can cook. And then she goes on to elaborate that she doesn't cook at all. She cooks to, well, she does, but she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't like it. She cooks to survive, is what she said. She said, it's not fun. I don't go above and beyond. I don't know anything about how to do it. I just survive. I cook to survive. And I was like, what a bunch of different scenarios we have here. But I love how the roles were all over the place. I think there are specific roles that need to happen in families, but I love that the support. Now, let me put it this way. If the woman has to work outside the home, to help pay the bills and all that, then the man should help at home. It's not just woman's work. If that's the fact, then why is she working outside the home, exhausting herself for 40 hours and then coming home and having to do all those hours too, and take care of all the kids and do all the laundry and all the cleaning and all the cooking? That's not the way it works. I mean, if you're both sharing the load of paying the bills, you both share the load of the house. I think that's ideal, or whatever needs to be done. But to me, that's where the fun comes in. You're a unit. You're doing this together. And then it's not a chore. I know stuff's not glamorous all the time, but dadgummit, make it fun. Make it flirty. Make it desirable. Make it what you do together. And if you love each other, and I'm not talking about some cheap imitation of the word, and I'm not talking about just words. I'm talking about actions. I'm talking about commitment. You're a team. It's you two against everything, against the world, against the problems, against whatever, as a unit, a team. You're not against each other. You're a unit. You're one. Then you can be in there together and split the duties and make it fun, and it gets done in half the time, and it's a creation you've made together. Learn from each other, do fun things like that, or just make it fun, or turn it off and have fun and then turn it back on later. You're married, you can do what you want, but everybody's different, everybody's unique, and I'm sure that not every woman in America shares my desires and my viewpoints. And that's what I realized. I was like, you just think that everybody thinks like you. Some don't. Some don't. We all think differently. We are all created differently, but it all works out okay. Dare to be different. Dare to be you. Dare to work together. But whatever you do, if you're a team, if you're a couple, you share that load, you share the fun of it, you work together, and make it all it can be.